Hi friends and fellow Earth Angels, it's Gladys, and this is going to be my last vlog of 2018 as we are officially in the month of December. And I personally want to start out by congratulating you for getting through this year in the way so many of you have. I am just getting back from Austin, Texas to visit a friend for I had some much needed girl time. Do you ever have one of those experiences that you didn't realize how much you needed it until you were actually in it? That's exactly how I felt. We had so many wonderful experiences going through with the flow, and I feel like that is the theme and the energy of December. It's a time for people to gather and share and give and really be merry and joyful. If you can leave all of the work that you've done this year aside, knowing that I really truly believe you've done everything you're supposed to do this year. At this point, on December 5th is when I'm recording it, recording this, you have done everything you're supposed to this year. Some of you may not feel like it. Some of you may feel like there's still a lot of work to do. But I want to encourage you this month to take a time out, to take a step back, to go within and to find the joy and the pleasures. This year might look very different for you. Maybe you've lost people along the way. Maybe there was been some changes. Maybe things won't look, maybe your Christmas or your holidays won't look as they have in years past. And I encourage you to go with the flow and maybe start new traditions. Maybe it is trying new things. Maybe it's saying no to those invites with people, places, things, and ideas that aren't going to make you feel good. Maybe it's time to try something new and be around new people. Nobody ever feels comfortable trying new things and being around new people, but it could be one of those things that you didn't know you needed. You know, I didn't know what Texas was going to be like. I didn't know how I was going to feel there. And honestly, as soon as I landed, it felt like home. As soon as I got there, and I was just open to any experiences that I was going to have. And I had so many creative ideas. There were so many things I thought of while I was there. And honestly, what I was doing is laughing and playing and singing and dancing. And I feel like that's such a powerful energy going into December, to just show up, to say yes, please, to the things that bring you joy, and to say no, thank you, to the things that you might be dreading, and asking God to help you navigate. This year has been like, it feels like a shake and bake year. It was like things were like shaken up, and we're now in the process of reintegrating into an energy that is at a higher vibration. I feel like one of God's messages has been, go to the light. Go to the places and the experiences that are going to bring you joy and make you happy. Those things that are going to nourish your soul. And really try to set boundaries to those things that are really just going to make you sad. I'll say it, of those things that are really going to be draining and exhausting. And I feel like God really wants us to be joyful. So this is what one of the stories that I've been telling, I feel like this year has come up for us. So we were like the caterpillars at the beginning of the year that went into the chrysalis. And we've been in this cocoon space. And throughout this entire year, we've been morphing and changing. I mean, you have to admit, a lot of us have felt the transformation. The transformation into new space, new energy, new knowledge, new wisdom. And so these last few months with all the retrograde, so think about August with all the planets retrograde, and then we go into Venus being retrograde, and then Mercury overlapping. So by the time you get this, we will be in the space where Mercury starts to go direct and all that planetary stuff is shift. Now, Mercury for me has always been an energy of a pullback, to slow down, to renew, review, and redo. And we live in a society that's go, 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 fast paced. So any walls or blocks in communication or transportation or like electronics or anything brings up a lot of anger and frustration. So through the retrogrades, I always remind myself to pull back, take my time. I've traveled during this retrograde. I have had lots of communication during this retrograde and have signed contracts during this retrograde. And instead of putting the fear into it, I just dot my I's and cross my T's. And that's what these retrogrades are supposed to help us pull back and really review, redo, and renew. So now here we are getting ready to go forward once again. Oops, sorry, is my mic. And so imagine we've been in the chrysalis and our butterfly wings and everything is already formed. And we've been pushing our way through this chrysalis to come out and transform. So many times people ask me, Gladys, where was God? How could God let these things happen? I feel like I'm alone. Where is he in my times of struggle? And one of the beautiful things that I saw that I could connect it with is this caterpillar that's in the chrysalis becoming the butterfly. So if God came in and innocently, or somebody came in and innocently cut that chrysalis open before you were ready, what would happen is your wings wouldn't be strong enough and the butterflies would die. So you have to think about this year, especially these last couple months with all these retrogrades, has been the push and kind of the key that's strengthening your wings so that they're strong. So when you are naturally coming out of that chrysalis, when you're opening up your wings are strong enough to sustain so that you can fly away. God can't come in and cut that chrysalis open before we're ready. But what God can be is the will. I feel like he's the will, the energy, the power that gives us the energy to keep going. I know you're tired. I know you can't wait for this year to be over. So this is a year for you to pause, to take a break. Your wings are strengthened. You're in that place of being able to take a break where that chrysalis will naturally start to unfold, because as you go into 2019 and you go to stretch your wings, guess what? You're going to come out of that chrysalis and your wings are going to be so strong and they're going to be so powerful and you're going to fly wherever it is you may roam. The theme and the energy of 2019 is creativity and communication. So this year for so many of us has been learning how to set our boundaries, how to use our voice to protect the energy that we were creating around us, to be able to clear and to dispel any darkness. So I know so many of us have been in that space of, I don't like this. I'm not happy doing this. Lots of tears this year. But as we know, tears cleanse the soul. So know that you've been in this shedding period. You've been in this metamorphosis. And now is time for you to rest. Enjoy the space you're in. Laugh and play and sing and dance. And take December and absorb the energy of the season. I've been enjoying Christmas carols. I went to the Austin tree lighting in Austin, Texas, and it was so good to be with happy people who are there with families, excited for the season. It was so nice to be around people who smile at you. It's so nice to be around people who were kind and joyful. There was an experience when we were walking back to our cars that There was a big hill at the state capitol, or the city capitol, and some truck had come by and they had just given all the kids that were there boxes. And so they were sliding down the hill with these cardboard boxes. And there were so many laughs and giggles, and the kids were running up and having a good time. And it felt so good to be reminded what it was like to not have to work so hard and to be able to just pause for a moment and play. Now, they took something as simple as a box and a hill and made joy. So I challenge or encourage you this month to make joy with the simple things. And it starts right here, right? Asking God to show up for you and bringing those things that can bring you joy in the most simplest form. I mean, a cardboard box and a hill brought so much laughter, not just to the kids, but to us that were watching. And they were so funny, the way they would get creative with those boxes. There was one little girl, she had it was like a paper, it looked like a paper box, like a box that, like we'd have stocks of paper from like Office Max or something. And she grabbed the whole box, she climbed up the top, she got in the box, and she pushed herself down. And it was so funny because as she was going down, the box literally busted at the seams, opened up, and she went sliding down. And the joy that came from this little girl was infectious. And I kind of laughed in the experience where I could have joy in other people's joy. And that to me was so nourishing. It was so fulfilling and so joyous to be able to enjoy other people's joy. So maybe go out and go places where other people are having joy. Maybe it's a movie that brings you joy. Maybe it's pausing from all the have-tos and shoulds and making joy in the moment. One of the things that I haven't done this in a really long time, but I used to get the little bubbles. And when I was sitting in the traffic, I used to blow bubbles out my window. There were other people walking around with Santa hats and walking around with like reindeer ears and Christmas necklaces. And, I'm realizing that we can be joy for others. We can show up in our joy and be the joy for others. So I feel like that's what the theme is for December. The theme is remembering the joy in the simple things, being able to pause and rest, and knowing that you're just about to be big enough to bust out of that chrysalis. That's what 2019 will be. And when you bust out, guess what? Your wings will be strong enough. You'll be ready to go anywhere that you want. So all these projects that you've been working on, all these things that you feel like you've started and just can't get over the hump, have really been on pause as we do the inner work, as we work on the shadow stuff to bring up. And I feel like I'm done working. I want to laugh and play and sing and dance. I'm tired of the tears. I'm tired of the frustrations. I'm really giving it all up to God in this moment. And friends, don't let me fool you. I've got lots of projects and lots of things that need to get done, but I'm committed to doing them when I'm a place of joy. I'm committed to using my voice, setting my boundaries, saying yes, please, saying no, thank you, and really being in that inner power, that inner strength of that divine feminine energy. Whether you're watching this and you're masculine and feminine, or if you're male or female, we all embody the masculine and feminine energy within us. We've been working pretty darn hard. And I'm suggesting that we pull back, we go within, and we find that joy. We find that nurturing, that peace, that gentle feminine energy, because that's where your true power is. So know that you're in the chrysalis. All the pushing and all the quote unquote struggle has been strengthening your wings, and you're just about to bust out. So I would encourage you for the month of December to enjoy the season. Maybe it's not getting so caught up in what to get somebody and what to do and all the have-tos and shoulds, and really give yourself permission to go with the flow. So I want to pull some cards. I only have a few decks. I kind of wanted to keep this short and sweet for December. So I'm going to start with my Archangel deck, and we're going to pull an Archangel of the month. I'm going to invite in all our guardian angels and guides, the archangels, the ascended masters, of course, God, source, creator, for his messages for us this month. And I'm going to ask that the messages that come through be for our best and highest good, and the best and highest good of all concerned. So the angel of this month is Archangel Haniel. Haniel is the angel of passion. So her card this month is sensitivity. And her message is, you are extra sensitive to energies and emotions right now. Honor yourself and your feelings. So if you have been following my Heavenly Hugs YouTube channel and my weekly Sunday readings, this Sunday when I was in Austin, I pulled a card for Archangel Raguel. And Archangel Raguel was telling us to notice our reoccurring thoughts and feelings. And so here we are with sensitivities once again with Archangel Haniel this time. Archangel Haniel is the angel of passion. She ignites that energy within. So as I'm talking about tapping into the divine feminine energy, that's Archangel Haniel. And look how beautiful she is in that space of being, not doing. And so as we carry into this month, know that you may be extra sensitive. Being around family members and friends and people in stores who are grumpy and grinchy can be a little hard in the space that we're in. So maybe you can plan and navigate your time to be in a space and get out there when it's not so busy. This card is saying, especially the last week's Sunday reading is saying that you may be extra sensitive. Remember, you've been doing all that work, pushing through that chrysalis, so you may be a little bit energetically tired and drained right now. You may be a little more short, or you may not feel like doing the things that you've been wanting to do. You may simplify this year. Maybe you're not taking out all the Christmas decorations. Maybe you're not going all up and all in, and that's okay. And Archangel Haniel is saying, guess what? You're sensitive right now, so honor that. Be around people, places, things, and ideas that are going to honor that as well. I really want to laugh. I really want to play. And remember, sensitivity is a superpower. I say it so often. Those that are earth angels, we are almost guaranteed to be sensitive, but sensitivity isn't a weakness. It is really a tool that we have to be able to tune in and tap into energies that will be good for us and not good for us. And we've really learned this year how to honor and listen to that. So I just got a few new decks, and so this is my Crystal Angels deck. These cards are so beautiful. So I'm just going to ask Archangel Haniel to elaborate and expand on her message of sensitivity for us this month. Gold! Woohoo! Who doesn't love gold? So the message is divine intervention. God sends miracles to answer sincere prayers. So as we go into that final month and you're feeling tired and depleted and drained, that beautiful golden energy. I mean, look at these cards are amazing. I am loving these new decks that I got. So divine intervention. So I feel like God is reminding us that you don't have to go it alone. Remember, and I was saying when you're pushing out of that chrysalis, and as you're pushing, you're strengthening your wills for you to be able to fly and flow free. I feel like God is stepping forward and saying, I'm the will. Connect with me often. Divine intervention will clear the way for you. When you're in your head and trying to analyze everything and problem solve and figure it out, it really slows the energy and burns you of your natural zest for life. And so when you can tap in and tune into that divine energy, doors will naturally open. I can tell you, when I was in Austin, my friend and I, we were two goddess feminine energies fluttering around Austin, and there were places we would show up to a place and we're like, we're not really. It happened a few times. We set out for a plan. We showed up at a place that we thought was going to be great. We kind of looked at each other and was like, this isn't our scene. Austin can, in many forms, be a very young, college, crazy city. But there's also so many other alternatives to appeal to us. So we got into those spaces and we were like, yeah, this is not for us, but there was always another option. And I feel like that's what this card is saying, that you may have a plan that gets you to a place, but you might get there and realize, this is not for me. And right down the street or right next door, there might be another place that's something even better. Another thing we joked about is golden nuggets. We were asking golden nuggets to fall out of the sky for us, meaning that God and the angels were going to kind of clear the way and give us the best experiences. And I laughed because we had really great experiences, whether we were sitting on the couch watching one of those Netflix Christmas movies, or we were out and about listening to live bands, or we were eating in many of the vegan and vegetarian restaurants. There's Archangel Michael. I don't know if you heard those sirens, but he wants to be part of this as well. So he'll clear the way for us. And so when I got on the plane, I travel Southwest often, and I got a B number. Now I like to sit in a window seat because I love to watch go in. I have a little bit of motion sick, so I like to be by the window. So I always ask the angels to save me a window seat close to the front, because more often than not, I always have a layover. And so I like to be in the front of the plane so I can get off and get where I need to. So coming back from Austin, I was like, all right, please let me take some of this Austin good vibe energy with me. And like I said, I was in the B group, and I got on the way from Austin flying into Baltimore, I got second row window on the plane, and I'm like, who didn't want this seat? So it was so awesome to be second row, because literally I was off the plane like that. And then the flight from Baltimore into Providence, I got a window seat, and the seat in between me was empty. So again, I see those things as golden nuggets. I find the joy in those experiences. It's like kind of like little gifts from the universe. And I'll say, thank you, God and the angels. Send me more of those, or something even better. And usually I crash when I get back from vacations because I've had so much joy and fun. But I've been looking for all those golden nuggets and all those little surprises. And I have to tell you, I've been back a couple days now, and I'm still feeling pretty good with all the creativity, all the projects that I have to work on, all the energy I need to get them done. Because honestly, friends, I would like to spend more time in Austin. It was a very weird, friendly city. And I felt like I was amongst my people there. So it felt like home, whatever that means. So let me finish with my love and light cards from Doreen Virtue. And these are messages from God. And so his message for us this month is acknowledge God's truth. It says, and you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. Amazing. And I feel like this is saying, as you tap into the joy and you follow the will of God, you will know truth. You will know the truth of your soul. You'll know the truth of your spirit. You'll know the truth of your destiny, what you're supposed to be doing. I know so many of you have been working on clearing that negative, low vibration. And I need to tell you that you are worthy and deserving of the best relationships, the best experiences, the best people, the best job opportunities, the best creative energy. And it comes when you're in a place of joy and laughter and play. And I know it's been a challenging year, but I can tell you, you can shift it. Acknowledge God's truth, that you are a beautiful being of the light, that you are always loved, that you've never, ever, ever been forgotten, and that his power and his force will set you free. So whatever your belief system is, whatever your higher power, God, source, creator, universe, energy, I encourage you to tap into it. Let it fill you to overflowing as you go out and you commit to joy. this season. Maybe you commit to new experiences. Maybe you try new things with new people. Your heart will tell you. And again, also trusting yourself enough to use your voice and to set those boundaries, to say no thank you, yes please, and navigate in that space. So I am going to conclude my vlog. I see you all busting out of the chrysalis in 2019 with super strong wings so that you can fly and go amongst. I will talk more about the communication and the creativity for 2019. Remember, you can't, if you're in that negative woes me place, it's very difficult to get to that creative, fun, powerful place. So baby steps and being able to find the joys in the moment, be amongst other people's joy, can really water your plants and your soil and help you to grow. Have a fun month. And I don't really have much going on. If you're still struggling, I encourage you to sit with me, book an appointment, divine guidance, life purpose, mediumship. It's a powerful time of year to connect with your loved ones. They always have amazing things to say. Working with me is like knowledge therapy. I take everything that I've learned. You know, I'm seeing clients every day on a regular basis, and we're all part of this collective. So if you're still feeling like you don't know what to do, if you're still feeling stuck and scared, reach out, book an appointment. Sometimes it just takes one appointment to really ignite your fire, ignite your light. If anything, sometimes it's nice to just be with your people, somebody who can understand the energy that you're in and where you're going. So if you're guided, it's super easy. Just go to GladysEllen.com and click the schedule now button, and all that information is there. I look forward to seeing you this month and in 2019. I have some really great projects that I'm working on that I'm excited to share. So I've been a little low key, but I'm still here offering guidance and support. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Heavenly Hugs, and you'll get the weekly readings every Sunday. Connect with me on Instagram. Growing with Gladys is my Instagram handle. I do plan on doing more angel card readings throughout the week that will be exclusive to IGTV, so which will only be available there. So follow me, Growing with Gladys, on Instagram. And I thank you for listening. I thank you for watching. I thank you for being a beacon of light in my life, because I really couldn't do what I do without you being open to listen and receive. So I thank you so much. I'm in a beautiful place of gratitude for you, and I send you love with heavenly hugs. Have a great month. Bye for now.